Summer travel is almost here, and you may get stuck at TSA if you don't have a Real ID compliant license. As we take a live look at SeaTac, Wednesday is the deadline for that enhanced ID.
So this is part of a 2005 national security measure that was put in place after 9/11, but the government kicked the can on enforcement multiple times, most recently because of the pandemic. Chelsea Torres is at one of the largest airports in the nation, Charlotte Douglas International. So, Chelsea, what exactly happens if someone shows up without one of these Real ID compliant licenses?
Well, Matthew Hanna, TSA tells me that an agent will do additional screening to verify your identity, and they say that they warn that you could even miss your flight from this. A Real ID expert that I spoke to says it's possible that many people already have an acceptable form of ID without even realizing it. A political science professor, Magdalena Korhuska, has researched the importance of Real ID, and she says it's actually a harder license to forge. It also provides an extra layer of security at airports, military bases, and other government facilities. But if you're not heading to any of these places soon, or if you have an acceptable alternative ID, Korhuska says you do not need to rush to the DMV anytime soon.
Let's say they have a military ID, they have an ID from the Department of Defense, or they have a passport. They can use that. They do not need to stand in those long lines right now. They already have an alternative document.
If there's a gold or black star on your ID, you're good to go. More than a dozen forms are also acceptable, such as a passport or passport card, a Department of Defense ID, a DHS Trusted Traveler card, like a Global Entry card. Enhanced IDs, those usually have an American flag or the word enhanced at the top. Many states began implementing compliant IDs years ago, and it's not a requirement unless you are traveling by air and do not have another Real ID acceptable license.
I did it when it first came out. I was still in California when it happened, so it was just said, this is inevitable, just do it now, take care of it.
I have my passport, that's what I've been traveling with, and that's why what I intend to continue traveling with. My driver's license is my driver's license. I don't need to make it a Real ID.
And TSA tells me that they're planning accordingly to ensure that there are no impacts to wait times come Wednesday. If you want to look at that full list to see if you have an acceptable form of ID, you can check it out on the TSA website. In Charlotte, Chelsea Torres, Fox 13 News.